So it might be a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but the Ram box is one of my favorite things about the Ram 1500. Super, super stoked to get to bring home a new 2020. The one thing that bummed me out was to find out my favorite truck accessory, the BedRug, which I had in my last F-150, was not available for the current gen. I did do some digging, and on like 5th gen Ram forums and on the Amazon reviews, I saw that people had luck installing the previous gen BedRug, so I'm gonna give that a shot and see how it comes out. So I ordered the BedRug from Amazon. It was the full bed liner designed for the 2009 to the 2018 5x7 bed with the Rambox bed storage. I ordered it on a Tuesday, and Thursday USPS delivered it. At the time, Amazon had a 10% coupon, which actually made this thing cheaper than when I bought my previous one locally. I also saved the $75 they charged for installation. I didn't know how being rolled up in the box would affect it as far as, being all curled up. So I let it sit out overnight before I zipped it up. Though really, that probably wasn't necessary, and you'd probably be good just zipping it up straight out of the box and going straight to the Velcro. Obviously, your mileage varies, and if the thing's real tightly wound, you might want to let it sit and get its shape. So for those that don't know, this thing's literally just like Velcroed into the bed of your truck. I was a little skeptical at first too, but I had one for 3 years in my last truck and never had any issues at all. I know some people online have said they've ordered extra Velcro kits so that they'd have more, but honestly, the amount included with this seems totally fine. In fact, I had about 6 extra. In addition to the little tabs that run around the perimeter of the thing, there's a couple long strips for the top of the front of the bed and for the back of the tailgate, I presume to keep out moisture. Finally, there's 2 more strips on the bottom. With all the Velcro in place, I could take it outside and chuck it in the bed for a dry fit just to make sure everything was going to line up well. And yeah, I was pretty pleasantly surprised to see that even though this was for the previous gen Rambox bed, it looked like it was going to fit this perfectly. If you have factory fresh paint, just some regular isopropyl alcohol should be sufficient to clean the surface before you stick the VHB tape down. Otherwise, if you have like a spray and liner, you're going to need to use some sort of treatment. There are a couple tie-down points in the front. That's just use a utility knife with a sharp blade and poke a couple slits and they'll go right through. Also, my truck has the factory tonneau cover installed, so there were a couple little arms that were pushed up against the front of the bed. I was able to just undo the clamps and slide it back an inch and then stick up the front of the BedRug and then just slide it back forward and clamp it down with the arms up tight. The sidewalls of the bed are pretty straightforward. It's really just a matter of wiping down all the surfaces with the isopropyl alcohol and peeling off all the backs of the VHB. Once you get back to the lights, you do have to do a little trimming. Not a big deal. Just go slow. There was a little bagginess after I was done, but I went back with some double-sided Gorilla Tape and just snugged it up tight around it, so it's got a nice finished look. As I finished this wall, I really couldn't understand why BedRug was not saying this was compatible, because it really seemed like a great fit. I mean, I have the built-in rails with the tie-downs, and the thing just like snitched like right underneath that rail, nice and tight, and it pulled around on the back. Like it really does seem like a great fit. And finally, time to prep the tailgate. Adhesion promoter. That's the product you need to get the VHB to stick to a spray and bed liner, and I also used it on the plastic strips at the end of the tailgate. Confirming it's for the 2009 to 2018 Rambox tailgate. But looks like a perfect fit to me. Super clean, and I couldn't really be more happy. I also couldn't believe that I paid some guy $75 to do this on my last truck. Really, it's just a kid with a utility knife. Anyone can do this. Yeah, aside from being easy to install and great looking, like, it's a really functional product. I mean, I love it. I've had them in my past 2 trucks. You know, I can't have the bed getting scratched up. Like, I don't want to have to like pay to get that repaired before I turn it in. I don't want the plastic liner because stuff's going to get under there and scratch it up. Not a super big fan of the spray in. I'm 42 years old and my knees, you know, bottom of the truck bed sucks. Like, it feels all right. Like, this thing's got foam underneath it. Like, it feels okay crawling around in here. I mean, you can toss pillows back there and like sleep. Like, it's really comfy. It's, you know, I don't know if it's like boat carpet or whatever sort of petroleum based, you know, fabric this is, but you can, you know, power wash it out, hose it down. Like, it, you know, my 3-year-old one looks good as new. So yeah, BedRug, big fan. And even though it says it doesn't work in the current gen Ram with a Rambox, it totally does. So get one, buy it. If you want to see more videos about truck stuff and making stuff and all the other stuff I do on the channel, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a good one. Be safe out there.